Hey guys, welcome back to Ranger Survival and Field Craft. What I have for you today is a level 2 survival kit per the Ranger Handbook. Now this survival kit calls for 9 items. Some of these items are going to have multiple components. Let's go over these real quick and I'll show you what I got. Now I'm going to have signaling devices, that's number 1. I'm going to have a smoke grenade. I'm going to have my IR strobe. I have my headlamp. I'm going to have a small VS-17 panel. This is an aviator survival panel personnel. Alright. And then I'm going to have my camo face paint with the mirror inside, can be used as a signaling device. And then finally I have my, or second to last item, I have my Chem-Lite buzzsaw here for hours of limited visibility for catch and collection point operations, signaling aircraft or mounted elements, or anyone during hours of limited visibility. And then finally I'm going to have my whistle, typically a shift and ceasefire signal, but I can also use this in a permissive environment to signal for help. Alright, so those are going to be my signaling items. That's 1. 2 is going to be water containers. I'm going to have my 2 USGI 1-quart canteens along with canteen cup. Okay, and use these. I can obviously boil in the canteen cup, and I typically have 2 on me, but 2 1-quart canteens. Third item is going to be water tablets. I have my water purification tablets, iodine here, typically 50 come in a jar. So that gives me 25 quarts of water, 2 tablets per quart. That's the third item. Fourth item is going to be a field knife. I'm going to have my Mora Companion HD. It's a thicker version, scanning grind knife, carbon steel, so I can take a piece of shirt and strike sparks off the back. It's obviously very easy to maintain, relatively cheap, and in the event I lose this or it's taken from me for some reason, I'm not going to be too worried if I lose it. Okay, so that's the fourth item. Fifth item is going to be medical supplies. Now I've got my IFAK right here in big bold letters, IFAK. It's going to have an Israeli bandage, eye cover, it's going to have gauze, it's going to have chest seal, it's going to have a needle for chest decompression, surgical gloves, casualty feeder card, and some sort of writing stick to annotate injuries. In addition to that, I obviously carry another cat tourniquet on my kit as well, typically have one in my pocket. In addition to that, so I can have cat tourniquets everywhere. Incredibly important, obviously, to stop blood loss in a survival scenario. Now, in addition to that, I added a thermal blanket, a small space blanket. I can use this, obviously, to regulate core temperature, especially in the cold environment I'm in right now. And even after injury with severe blood loss, hypothermia can set in very quickly, so I added that to my kit, not only as a shelter item, but to keep me warm, and I can use the backside of that as a signaling device over here. So you can see some of these things bleed in together. Now, the next item, I laughed at this, but it calls for 2 square feet of tinfoil. You can use tinfoil for a lot of things. I laughed at first, and then I learned and got right with my ways here. But you can use this as a signaling device. You can use it to improvise fishing lures. You can use it to cook in, obviously. You can use it to boil water in. You can use it to leave an imprint of your boot behind with a directional aid for search and rescue. And then you can also take small strips of this and use it to start fires with if you find some batteries, okay? So that's going to be the 5th item that goes in the kit, 2 square feet of tinfoil. Now the 6th item is going to be navigation tools. Navigation tool I have is my lensetic compass, obviously for directional aid in determining azimuths. And then I have 2 military style protractors, 1/25, 1/50, and 1/100,000th scale. One's going to have a piece of string in the center so I can quickly identify direction and distance in the event I need to communicate that over FM, okay? But that's going to be the 6th item, is navigation tool, so a compass and some protractors. And then I usually carry map markers and another writing stick to annotate direction. 7th item is going to be snare wire. I have 2 hanks, about 10 feet of 24 gauge or 0.02 gauge wire for making snares and food procurement. It's going to go inside a sewing kit that I have here as part of my kit for repair. Now the 8th item is going to be a fishing kit. Fishing kit I have here, I have 8-pound test fishing line, and then I have hooks and razors inside of 100-mile-an-hour tape. This is so I can easily pull out one of the hooks without having a gaggle of hooks in my pocket, and they're easily accessible. All I have to do is tear one out. The same with the razors on the back. I know it's just a little hard to see, and I'm just holding up tape, but you can kind of see the imprint of hooks in there. And then obviously you have the test 8-pound test line that goes inside my sewing kit that I can pack up. And then the last item, I believe, is the Now, if I didn't miss it, was the sewing kit. I think I mentioned that. But these are the 9 items, or the 9 groups of items that I'm going to have in my level 2 survival kit, okay? So I have my signaling devices, land navigation tools, got medical supplies, I've got water containers, I got water purification tablets, field knife, tin foil, in addition to a few of the other items that are in here. Okay, guys, so this is the level 2 survival kit per the Ranger handbook, at least the items that I carry. They can add more and take away. I'd probably add some flares or something, pin flares to the signaling group, and then obviously I'll get a map or an evasion chart for land navigation, and then additional things to this would probably be additional fire starters in this kit, but this is what the handbook specifies for level 2. Level 3 is obviously more of these items in addition to level 1 that go in your rucksack, okay? But I hope you guys like this video. Just a down and dirty, real quick, level 2, what I carry on my load-bearing equipment for survival. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thank you for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your comments, your feedbacks, and your shares. And I will be back with another video just as soon as I can, guys. Thanks.